Hello and welcome to Accounting 2 Online. I will be your professor this semester. I'm Professor Tracy Stant. Congratulations if you made it to Accounting 2. That means you have mastered your Accounting 1 concepts. If you are someone who feels that perhaps you didn't quite master the concepts in Accounting 1, I do highly recommend that you go back and you study your Accounting 1 content, particularly chapters 1 through 4 again. Without this foundation, you might struggle on this course. So I do highly recommend, if you're one of those people and you can self-identify, you know if you didn't quite master the concepts, I highly recommend you go back and study those. So the first thing that I want to open up and go through with you is the course syllabus. I'm just going to highlight some of the things that I think are important and that I would probably kind of point out to you if I were in a face-to-face course. All right, so here we're going to have the course rationale. I highly recommend that you spend some time reading through this so you can know what to expect in each of our modules. Also, the textbook that you use in this course is going to be the same one that you used in Financial Accounting 1. If you already purchased the access code within the last 18 months, you should be able to use the same access code for this course as well, particularly if it was from the IRSC bookstore. That's the one that we have an 18-month access. If you were with Cengage Unlimited, I have been told by the publisher that you should be able to use the same access for Accounting 2 as you use for Accounting 1, since this is a 3-part course. As far as our grading goes, we're going to have some discussions, some reflective posts, and Cengage. We're also going to have some quizzes, some exams, 40% and a cumulative final, which is going to be 40%. Notice that this final, I'm going to point out again, is 40% of your overall grade. And this is proctored via Honor Lock. So you're actually going to have 2 exams this semester that are proctored via Honor Lock. Exam 2, which is going to be covering Chapter 13 with corporations. It's a very important chapter, very foundational. And also your cumulative final. So those 2 items will be proctored via Honor Lock. So as you're studying for your exams, I highly recommend that you study for them all as if they are proctored. I understand that on exams 1, 3, and 4, you're going to use your textbook and you're going to use your notes, but try to at least study for them as if they're proctored. That way you have an easier time reviewing as you get to this cumulative final. Hopefully that will go ahead and help you achieve some long-term retention. Let's see if there's anything else I want to go over. All right, here's a good one. Study and preparation time. You should expect to spend a minimum of 3 hours. This is literally a minimum. Generally, it is expected that for a 16-week course, 16-week 3-credit course, you will be spending at least 1 hour a day on this course. If you're not spending that 1 hour a day, you're probably not really mastering the material as you should be. So please make sure that you're kind of dedicating that time. And notice that I didn't say 7 hours on a Sunday. Try to get some exposure to accounting every single day. The more you see it, the more frequently you see it, the more you think about it, the more likely you are going to be to retain these concepts. So if you go ahead and you block out an hour of your day every day to kind of go over these accounting concepts, you're going to notice that this course is going to go much more smoothly for you. We do not accept late or missed assignments, and we do not do makeup exams as well. So please make sure that you pay close attention to those late and missed assignments, those due dates, as well as those exam dates as well. Let's see, I think those are the big areas that I wanted to go over. Please make sure that you read that syllabus in its entirety. That way we can you can ask any questions that maybe come up, and we can go over any questions you have before we kind of really dig into this course. As far as the schedule of activities go, so as a department, we kind of went back and forth on a few things. Notice that your Module 1 activities aren't due until September 6th. That's kind of a little later in the semester. I believe that's 2.5 weeks into the semester for one chapter. That's quite a bit of time for one chapter. And also for Module 2, this one you're also going to get 2 weeks for. So when we're starting off this course, we're going to go ahead and take the pace a little slow at first. So what I recommend is start reading ahead, start making your notes farther ahead, and that way you're going to notice that you're doing a lot more efficient time management, and you understand that the reason why we have so much time up here is because you're new to the course, you're getting your feet wet, you're getting comfortable with everything. And then here you have 2 weeks for this one chapter because chapter 13, as I said before, is so important, foundational. That's why it's proctored via honor lock. We need to make sure that you've mastered the material and aren't just relying on your textbook or notes for those exams. When we get into modules 3 and 4, notice those are a group, so those are going to be all due at the same time. So when you're printing out your scheduled activities, make sure that you notice, okay, module 3, module 4, all due on October 18th, and then you will have your exam for those ones. Also, same thing for modules 5, 6, and 7. Those ones are a group as well. I recommend that you set your own due dates for modules 5 and 6 earlier than the current due date. That way you know that you're kind of keeping up and you're staying on track. Don't do everything on Sunday, November 14th. We all know that is bad practice. And then you'll have your exam. And then we're going to give you a week to go ahead and go over some of those concepts from chapters 11 through 17, and then you will have your 40% cumulative final, and you will have a week to take that. And again, keep in mind, we don't do the later missed assignments. We don't do makeups. We need to make sure that you guys are staying on schedule and you're adhering to those due dates. Not only is it important for your academic experience, but also to start creating those foundations for when you enter the workforce. Sorry, I know I preach a little bit. I think that's probably what my face-to-face classes get a little annoyed about. But at least you guys only have to hear it on this intro video. I won't try to get too preachy in the announcements. I'm sorry. Let's see. What else do we want to go over? I'm also going to include a link in here for your tutoring. So I'm going to add some tutoring links in here. You'll find that on the left-hand side, probably a little bit down here. I'll have links to our Smart Thinking online tutoring. Let me make a note of that, Smart Thinking. And I'll also include a link to our IRSC accounting tutors. Our accounting tutors right now are available face-to-face on main campus if you want to go ahead and come up and get some face-to-face tutoring. And they're also available online virtually. So I'll include a link to the tutor calendar as well as the Blackboard Collaborate room if you do want to work with them. Let's see what else we want to go over. When you're setting up your Cengage, please make sure that you do it through this link. You're not going to want to go to Cengage.com because that's going to ask you for a course key, and we do not use a course key. So you're going to want to use this setup link here. And if you do have any trouble, we added a Cengage technical support link here in case you need it. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and include some of my contact information. You'll notice that I include my cell number on here. If you aren't someone who had me for Accounting 1, I am totally okay with you guys emailing me, or not email, of course you can email me at any time, but I'm okay with you guys texting me at any time of the day or night. I do not care. If it's really that important to me that I get my sleep and I don't have a text message wake me up, I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So if you're working on your Cengage homework at 3 a.m. and you want to go ahead and send me a message for whenever I wake up, or who knows, maybe I'm up at 3 a.m. Hopefully not, but you never know. Sometimes it happens. If I am up at 3 a.m. or if you want to go ahead and send me a text message for later, send me that text message. That way, when I get up, we can go ahead and see if we can figure out what you were having trouble with on your homework. Keep in mind that I can't discuss grades or personal identifying information in text, but this is a great way to get kind of like some extra help if you're having going through a concept that doesn't quite make sense. And if it is something that I think maybe requires a little bit more help, sometimes I'll go ahead and make you a video, or I'll ask you to call me and we'll talk about it over the phone. So keep in mind, I kind of love it when you guys actually ask me accounting questions, so please don't be shy. My office location is actually on main campus. If you did have me for accounting 1, though, my office has moved this semester, so I'll be actually in the Brown Center Y building, 101D, and almost all of your accounting professors will be in this suite Y101 too, so you can always stop by and see us. Office hours, I'm going to include a link for you just in case it changes. Here, I'll show you guys so you can see. Office hours are going to be these, but keep in mind, if you ever want to meet sometime out of office hours, I might be able to accommodate it. This is basically the times that I can avoid a lot of different things, but essentially other meetings. Sometimes I still get pulled into meetings, but I'll always do my best to try to accommodate whatever we can do to kind of help you get that accounting background that you need. Sorry. Put that down here. All right. If you have any questions about anything I went over today, anything you see in the syllabus, anything in the scheduled activities, which I know each of you is going to print out and then highlight as you complete each item so you don't miss due dates, please do not hesitate to let me know. These online classes, I understand why some of you take them. It's hard to make it to a face-to-face with your schedule or your responsibilities, but it doesn't have to feel like you're doing this alone. So if you need to reach out to me, if you guys want to try kind of like create some study groups, talk to each other. This says ask the instructor. It's ask the class. So if you guys ever want to, I recommend subscribing to this. If you guys ever want to post in here and talk to each other about the course or talk to each other about study groups or anything like that, go for it. I'll even change it. We're one big family. Ask the class. Ask all of us, and we'll go ahead and see if we can set something up for you. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. If you need anything, let me know, and happy studying. Good luck, guys.